Hey now, hey now, hey now. I'm gonna let y'all get up in here. Get up in here. Before I get into this one, I told y'all I was gonna come back, so hopefully y'all believe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. hmm All right. I had to do something really fast, but so I had to go and do that and come back to this. And I'm grateful for the people who come back in here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For those of y'all that's just now getting up in here, I'm the Police Saint. I am Poe. I am lit, but I'm a saint. I'm a publisher, author, motivational speaker. Yay, yay, yay. And a life mastery coach. And so, there you go. That's who I am. Right now, we're covering the book of Jubilee because my goal is to take people higher beyond their elementary teachings of law so that we can get this thing right. So we can get it right. We want to get up out of here, right? This is my last time on this planet, so I'm going to get it right for y'all. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. But we're getting into chapter 2 of the book of Jubilee. If you're catching this live, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're catching this as a replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I love y'all. Y'all A1, A1. To my A1s, y'all are A from the first day. Okay with me. I appreciate everybody getting up in here. And trying to be in right behavior with the law. How you doing, smiling? So I'm gonna get into this chapter 2. Earlier I gave a pretext about what the chapter was about. If y'all not sure what I'm talking about, we're reading the book of Jubilee, which is found in the Apocryphas. You can get the complete Apocryphas, or you can follow this along. I'm gonna break it down hood style, what's good style, what could be understood style. And I ask that you listen to this from first person, right? Because a lot of people are detached from these lessons and what is contained in here and are having a hard time cracking the code because we are seeing this as a fantasy versus directions for ourselves or as part of our actual life. How you doing, Gracie? Um, so here we go. Um, if you want to keep up or catch up, chapter 1 was last week's video. So here we go, chapter 2. So chapter 2, and the angel of the presence spoke to Moses according to the word of the Lord, saying, write the complete history of the creation, how in 6 days the Lord God finished all his work and all that he created, and kept Sabbath on the seventh day, and hallowed it for all ages, and appointed it as a sign for all of his works. So the Sabbath was hollowed out for what? All ages, not just for a certain time, okay? For all. So there should be a day of Sabbath, and this is your way of being in alignment with law, okay? Law. And for on the first day he created the heavens which are above, and the earth, and the waters, and all the spirits which serve before him. He created what? Okay. The heavens which are above, the earth, and the waters, and all the spirits which will serve before him, and the angels of the presence, and the angels of sanctification, and the angels of the spirit of fire, and the angels of the spirit of the winds, and the angels of the spirit of the clouds, and of darkness, and of snow, and of hail, and of hoarfrost, and the angels of the voices, and of the thunder, and of the lightning, and the angels of the spirits of the cold, and of heat, and of winter, and of spring, and of autumn, and of summer, and of all the spirits of his creatures. And what? Angels of what? All the spirits of the creatures. Okay. So, which are in the heavens, where the heavens and the earth. He created the abysses and the darkness, eventide and night, and the light, dawn and day, which he has prepared in the knowledge of his heart. And immediately he saw his works and praised. Okay, and immediately we saw his works and praised him and lauded before him on account of all his works. For 7 great works did he create on the first day. Now, remember, they tell us that this book is the lesser Genesis, right? But what we see here in the context of this is that even before the earth was created, on the first day, the heavens was created. And along with those heavens was the angels, the heaven and the earth and the water. And it was the angels and the spirits to command and see over all of those things. And on the second day, he created the firmament in the midst of the waters, and the waters were divided on that day. Half of them went up above, and half of them went down below the firmament that was in the midst over the face of the earth. So when you hear people talk about the earth flat, round, 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 flat, circle, 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 well, it tell you right there what it is. Okay, it tell you right there. And if you don't understand what is a firmament, Google what is a firmament. Okay, what is water is above and water below. Ah, yeah. Okay, and this was the only work God created on the second day. So on the second day, okay, it was the firmament. That was it. That was all that was created on the second day was the firmament, dividing the waters above and the waters below. And on the third day, he commanded the waters to pass from off the face of the whole earth into one place, and the dry land to appear. And the waters did so as he commanded them, and they retired from off the face of the earth into one place outside of this firmament. And the dry land appeared. And on that day, he created for them all the seas according to their separate gathering places, and all the rivers, and the gatherings of the waters in the mountains, and on all the earth, and all the lakes, and all the dew of all the earth, and the seed which is sown, and all sprouting things, and fruit bearing trees, and trees of the wood, and the Garden of Eden, in Eden, and all plants after their kind. These 4 great works God created on the third day. So we see the Garden of Eden is created, but so is the rest of the earth, right? In the lakes, and look at this. In Michigan, they did something up there to like reverse like the flow of the water, and it caused like a whole like crap, like like literally a crappy situation. Check it out for yourself. And on the fourth day, he created the sun and the moon and the stars and set them in the firmament. Where? In the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon all the earth, and to rule over the day and the night, and divide the light from the darkness. And God appointed the sun to be a greater sign on the earth for days, and for Sabbaths, and for months, and for feasts, and for years, and for Sabbath of years, and for jubilees, and for all seasons of the years. Now, why is this important? This is important because the sun. Okay, see, a lot of people, I'm following the moon calendar and the moon cycles. It talked about that in the first chapter, right? You're not supposed to be following the moon, but you're supposed to be following the sun. Okay, if you are a being of light, you should be following the greater light because you are looking for the greater force. Okay, but furthermore, okay, it keeps what? It keeps time. Okay, it keeps time. And it's a sign. It gives signs. Okay. And it divides the light from the darkness, and for prosperity, that all things may prosper which shoot and grow on the earth. All things that grow prosper. All things that are moving with the sun prosper, are in abundance. So if you are in light, and you are under the law, rightness, right behavior, in alignment to God's will, then you on the sun. Okay, I'm an Aries sun. Well, what is the sun telling me? Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Let's go. These three kinds. Okay, wait a minute. And it divides the light from the darkness, and for prosperity, that all things may prosper which shoot and grow on the earth. These three things he made on the fourth day. And on the fifth day, he created great sea monsters in the depths of the waters. For these were the first things of flesh that were created by his hands, the fish, and everything that moves in the waters, and everything that flies, the birds and all their kind. And the sun rose above them to prosper them. What prospered though? The sun, not the moon. The moon didn't prosper. The sun. Okay, even to this day, if you go out at sunrise and sunset and you pay attention to the birds around you, you will notice that birds even keep to law. They do a dance to the sun at rising and falling every single solitary day. It's just these smart humans. They got all of this stuff that I'm this and that. Let's get back to it though. I gotta keep going on the tangent. I ain't gonna go on the tangent. Okay, and the sun rose above them and prospered them, and above everything that was on the earth, everything that shoots out of the earth, and all fruit-bearing trees, and all flesh. Don't go out in the sun, because if you go in the sun, you're going to get Steven Johnson syndrome, because we done gave you these pills that make your skin sun deficient, and so you ain't getting enough vitamin D, but don't worry, because we got a pill for you to take. Don't depend on God, depend on me. But God tell us right here, y'all. I'm telling y'all, God tells us. Yeah. These three kinds he created on the fifth day. And on the sixth day, he created all the animals of the earth, and all cattle, and everything that moves on the earth. And after all this, he created a man. A man and a woman created he them. What did he create? A man and a woman. Now that the woman came from the rib of Adam, and so God created Adam for Eve. That's not what it say. That's not what it say. It says here, okay, and after all this, he created man. He created what? Man. A man and a woman created he them and gave him dominion over all that is upon the earth and in the seas, and over everything that flies, and over beasts, and over cattle, and over everything that moves on the earth, and over the whole earth, and over all this he gave them dominion. And these four kinds he created on the sixth day. I was on the sixth day. And they were all together. Now, you notice how everything that was needed to sustain man was created before man was brought here. Okay? Everything was already laid out, it was already designed, it was already, sculpted. It was a plan. And they were all together 220 kinds. And he finished all his work on the sixth day, and all that is in the heavens and on the earth and in the seas and in the abyss and in the light and in the darkness and in everything. And he gave us a great sign, the Sabbath day, that we should work 6 days, but keep Sabbath on the seventh day from all work. And all the angels of the presence and all the angels of the sanctification, these two great classes, he has hidden us to keep the Sabbath with him in heaven and on earth. And he said unto us, behold, I will separate unto myself a people from among all the peoples, and these will keep the Sabbath day, and I will sanctify them unto myself as my people, and I will bless them as I have sanctified the Sabbath day, and do sanctify it unto myself, even so shall I bless them. And they will be my people, and I shall be their God. Now, when we say you can't have two masters, right? When we so sold out to our job, we're gonna work every day, overtime. We in here all day, every day. I work third shift, fourth, fifth shift, fifth shift, and I work somebody else's shift because I needed some extra money and things. And but where are we taking in the sign? We're not taught these things, and so we are oftentimes what? Out of alignment. Okay, now let's go. Let's get to this. Let's get to it. Okay. And I have chosen the seed of Jacob from among all that I have seen, and have written him down as my firstborn son, and have sanctified him unto myself forever and ever. And I will teach them the Sabbath day, that they may keep Sabbath thereon from all work. Now, who was the firstborn son? Who was the firstborn son, class? If y'all paying attention here, was it Jesus? I don't think the firstborn son was Jesus. Sound like it was Jacob. Jacob was the firstborn son. Yeah, Jacob. Jacob. Ain't that right, Jacob? He said it was me. It was me. All right. So now and thus he created therein a sign in accordance with which they should keep Sabbath with us on the seventh day, to eat and to drink and to bless him who has created all things, as he has blessed and sanctified unto himself, a peculiar people above all peoples, and that they should keep Sabbath together with us. So, some of us are peculiar. Not everybody is supposed to keep Sabbath. There's some of us that this is our commandment for life. Some of us it ain't. But if you want to get in alignment, you want to get into Sabbath, right? But and nobody got, you got free will. Everybody got free will. You can do what you want to do, right? Because God said in the first chapter that He already knew the rebellions in you. He already know. Okay, so. And He has caused His commandments to ascend as a sweet savor, acceptable before Him all the days. There were 22 heads of mankind from Adam to Jacob, and 22 kinds of work were made until the seventh day. This is blessed and holy, and the former also is blessed and holy. And this one serves with the one for sanctification and blessing. And to this, Jacob and his seed, it was granted that they should always be the blessed and holy ones of the first testimony of law, as even He had sanctified and blessed the Sabbath day on the seventh day. He created heaven and earth and everything that He created in 6 days. And God made the seventh day holy for all His works. Therefore He commanded that on His behalf, that whoever doeth any work therein shall die, and that he who defiles it shall surely die. For that reason, do not command the children of Israel to observe this day, that they may keep it holy, and not do thereon any work, and not to defile it, as it is holier than all other days. And whoever profanes it shall surely die, and whoever doeth thereon any work shall surely die eternally, that the children of Israel may observe this day throughout their generations, and not be rooted out of the land, for it is a holy day and a blessed day. So a lot of times we see people, they suffering, right? We suffering, we working and working, but we not what? Who are you a descendant of? Are you a child of light? And if you are, then are you in right behavior? And if not, then surely there is suffering and consequences. I made a post yesterday that said there are 1 billion people on the planet. Most of them have died and reincarnated thousands of times to forget God every time. Right now, we living in a time where it is definitely necessary that you remember to remember who is God, what is God, and how to activate that within you in accordance with your contract. Now, of course, not everybody is under that type of a contract, and that's fine and dandy, but it's up to you to be knowing where you're supposed to be and to be there. So, and everyone who observes it and keeps Sabbath therein from all his work will be holy and blessed throughout all days like unto us. Declare and say to the children of Israel, the law of this day, both that they should keep Sabbath thereon, and that they should not forsake it in the error of their hearts, and that it is not lawful to do any work therein which is unseemly to do thereon to their own pleasure, and that they should not. Okay. So what is that saying? Let me break that down. If you ain't doing something pleasurable, you shouldn't be doing it. If it's not relaxing, pleasurable, and you are just enjoying life on the Sabbath, you shouldn't be doing it. Okay. If it is laborious, if it is causing you to, in some way, to drain your energy, or do anything that is, what I'm saying, other than rest, relaxation, eat, drink, sleep, what I'm saying, have a good time, pray, meditate, that kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. So to their own pleasure, that they should not prepare them anything to be eaten or drunk, and that is, it is not lawful to draw water or bring in or take out therein through their gates any burden which they had not prepared for themselves on the sixth day in their dwellings. Meaning, you ain't doing nothing that causes you burden. Okay, period. You're not taking on nobody else's emergencies. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I kind of postponed the video to tend to something for somebody else, right? I wouldn't do that on the Sabbath. Okay, I just wouldn't. But I also wouldn't be making the video on the Sabbath, right? Because the video is, yeah, like work for me. So, um, and they shall not bring in nor take out from house to house on that day, for that day is more holy and blessed than any Jubilee day of the Jubilees. On this we kept Sabbath in the heavens before it was made known to any flesh to keep Sabbath here on earth. And the creator of all things blessed it, but he did not sanctify all peoples and nations to keep Sabbath, but Israel alone. Them alone he permitted to eat and drink and to keep Sabbath here on the earth. And the creator of all things blessed this day which he had created for a blessing and a sanctification and a glory above all days. This law and testimony was given to the children of Israel as a law forever unto their generations. So here we see that there is a law, right? It doesn't apply actually to everybody. So when people be like, "Oh, well, I don't do the Sabbath," that's fine. Everybody not supposed to do the Sabbath, right? But those who are the Israelites, and if you watched my video before, Israelites, meaning that you have went through the spiritual lessons and enlightenments and classes to become an enlightened one. Israel is an enlightened one. Okay, to become an Israelite is because you have become enlightened. Okay, Isis, Israel, Ra, and El in all levels and ascended through, and this has made you an Israelite. Okay, so there you go. Since I haven't been reading that long, I'm gonna go ahead and chop into chapter 3 for y'all. So let's go ahead. Chapter 3. And on the 6 days of the second week, we brought, according to the word of God, unto Adam all the beasts and all the cattle and all the birds and everything that moves on the earth and everything that moves in the water, according to their kinds and according to their types. The beast on the first day, the cattle on the second day, the birds on the third day, and all that which moves on the earth on the fourth day, and that which moves in the water on the fifth day. And Adam named them all by their respective names, and as he called them, so was their name. And on these 5 days, Adam saw all these, male and female, according to every kind that was on the earth, but he was alone and found no helpmate for him. And the Lord said unto us, it is not good that the man should be alone. Let us make a helpmate for him. And the Lord our God caused a deep sleep to fall upon him, and he slept, and he took for the woman one rib from among his ribs, and this rib was the origin of the woman from among his ribs, and he built up the flesh in its stead and built the woman. Not all women, the woman. What woman? Adam's woman. Okay, and let me break that down for y'all. Hood style, what could be understood style, was good style. Adam was in the Garden of Eden. Okay, clearly we saw in chapter 2 that there was the creation of what? Man and woman. Okay, man and woman. a man and a woman, them, okay, they existed. However, in the Garden of Eden, okay, which you see where things were taken to Adam, in the Garden of Eden, which was a set aside place. Hood style was good style to make this understood style. Adam was the first spirit on the earth, okay, that was in spirit form. He was not in flesh, okay, and so he was given a helpmate, a spiritual mate from his own liking, okay, to him. This is what this is. Pay attention, people. Take your ego out, all of that other stuff. Well, Adam and Eve, the Bible say Adam and Eve, not Steve and Steve. Well, Eve was made for Adam. That's like a soul mate, or what they call them, a twin flame, or um, uh, 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 a soulmate. That's, like is they were made for each other. Okay, she was specifically made for him. Y'all keeping up? And he awaked Adam out of his sleep, and on awakening he rose on the sixth day, and he brought her to him, and he knew her, and said unto her, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She will be called my wife, because she was taken from her husband. Therefore shall man and wife be one, and therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. In the first week was Adam created, and the rib, his wife. In the second week he showed her unto him, and for this reason the commandment was given to keep in their defilement for a male 7 days, and for a female twice 7 days. And after Adam had completed 40 days in the land where he had been created, we brought him into the Garden of Eden to until and keep it. But his wife they brought in on the 80th day. And after this, she entered into the Garden of Eden. Y'all got that? Y'all keeping up? And for this reason, the commandment is written on the heavenly tablets in regard to her that giveth birth. If she bears a male, she shall remain in her uncleanness 7 days according to the first week of days. Y'all got that? Yeah, so if you give birth to a little boy, you're supposed to stay in the exact conditions that you gave the birth in for 7 days. All right. And 33 days shall she remain in the blood of her purifying, and she shall not touch any hallowed thing, nor enter into the sanctuary until she accomplishes these days, which are enjoined in the case of a male child. But in the case of a female child, she shall remain in her uncleanliness for 2 weeks, according to the first 2 weeks, and 66 days in the blood of her purification, and they will be in all 80 days. And when she had completed these 80 days, we brought her into the Garden of Eden, for it is holier than all the earth besides, in every tree that is planted. Again, you see the Garden of Eden is what? Separate from the rest of the earth. Therefore, there was ordained regarding her who bears a male or a female child the statute of those days, that she should touch no hallowed thing, nor enter into the sanctuary until these days for the male or female child are accomplished. This is the law and testimony which was written down for Israel, in order that they should observe it all the days. And in the first week of the first Jubilee, Adam and his wife were in the Garden of Eden for 7 years, tilling and keeping it. And we gave him work and we instructed him to do everything that is suitable for tillage. And he tilled the garden and was naked and knew it not and was not ashamed. And he protected the garden from the birds and beasts and cattle and gathered its fruit and ate and put aside the residual for himself and for his wife and put aside that which was being kept. And after the completion of the 7 years which he had completed there, 7 years exactly, and in the second month, on the 17th day of the month, the serpent came and approached the woman. And the serpent said to the woman, hath God commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of every tree in the garden? Now, if y'all watch my video on doubt, okay, how the devil will sow doubt. It's doubt that gets us to go away from God. So here we go. Here go the doubt. Hath God commanded you? Okay, he asking her a question. And she said to it, of all the fruit of the trees of the garden, God has said unto us, eat. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden of God. Where is it? In the midst. What did I tell y'all in the midst meant? Go back to the first one. He said unto us, you shall not eat thereof, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye surely shall not die. For God doeth not know that on the day you shall eat thereof, your eyes will be open, and you will be as gods, and you will know good and evil. And the woman saw the tree, that it was agreeable and pleasant to the eye, and that its fruit was good for food. And therefore she ate. And when she had first covered her shame with fig leaves, she gave thereof to Adam, and he ate. And his eyes were open, and he saw that he was naked. Now we're going to talk about that in a different video. And he took fig leaves and sewed them together and made an apron for himself and covered his shame. He did what? Covered his shame. And God cursed the serpent and was angry with it forever. And he was angry with the woman because she hearkened to the voice of the serpent and did eat. He said unto her, I shall greatly multiply your sorrow and your pains. In sorrow you shall bring out children, and your return shall be unto your husband, and he will rule over you. And to Adam also he said, because you have hearkened unto the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat thereof, cursed be the ground for your sake. Thorns and thistles shall it bring out to you, and you shall eat your bread in the sweat of your face, until you return to the earth from where you were taken. From earth you are, and unto earth shall you return. And he made them coats of skin and clothed them. Now, he made them what? Coats of skin. He made them what? Coats of skin. Well, Saint, because some of y'all, well, how you know they wasn't in flesh? They were clearly in flesh. We hear the story. No, you're hearing a story about some spirits. Okay, they was not in flesh. They didn't get flesh until afterwards. And I'm gonna break down to y'all. May as well go into it right now. Okay, what the serpent presented to her was sex. Okay, sex, physical contact. They could not eat or partake of what was in the midst. Where is the midst? You are the midst. This is where God wants to dwell, in the midst of you, which is your spirit. Okay, the midst, the thing that people cannot see. Okay, and so it's not after that they get skin. Okay, and then they go out into the world of what? Sin with other people, because there was sin, there was good and evil. Remember, Lucifer was already here. They're telling them the story of, okay, what happened. Now, and remember, this story is being told for generations to come, which is us right here. So when people say, I don't believe in the Bible, I don't got time for that, I'm not listening to that, they don't listen to them people. Y'all better pay attention. Better pay attention, because ignorance does not in any way beget you from the consequences of not being in law. So they got their coats of skin, he clothed them and sent them out from the Garden of Eden. And on that day on which Adam went out from the garden, he offered as a sweet savor an offering, frankincense, galbanum, and stacks, and spices in the morning with the rising of the sun from the day when he covered his shame. And on that day was closed the mouth of all beasts and of cattle and of birds and of whatever walketh and whatever moves, so that they could no longer speak. What happened? So yeah, the animals, they used to talk too. See, he had the ability to talk to the animals in spirit. When we in spirit, we can talk to animals. So you ever been somewhere and some animals attracted to you and they just want to be by you? You know what I'm saying? Because they are attracted to your spirit. They're having a conversation with your spirit. Like even when I get messages from the bird didn't come down here and talk to me the way that I'm talking to you. The bird comes and it translates something, it sends something through. And that's how the message come through. It's not a word. Like I tell people, if you see a being and it's talking to you with words like I'm talking to you, that's a demon. Okay, because if it's a spirit and it's working in light, okay, it does not use words, it does not have language, it uses frequency and energy. But anyway, that's a whole nother lesson too. But here we go. When he got out there, he figured I'm cut off now. Okay. And none of this could speak, for they had all spoken one with another with one lip and with one tongue. And he sent out of the Garden of Eden all flesh that was in the Garden of Eden, and all flesh was scattered according to its kind and according to its types unto the places which had been created for them. And to Adam alone did he give the wherewithal to cover his shame, and all of the beasts of all the beasts and cattle. So, in other words, the male, physical male, is the only one who has to cover his male shaft, okay, which is his shame. Like men, this is why men cannot walk around with their wankers out. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have tallywhackers out in public. Like that's like the most low down type thing ever. Why? We just read it right there. Okay. And but every other dog, the dog ran around, the horse running around, the cow, everything else running around with no clever, no claws. Okay. But this is the Saints version. Okay. So everything else can walk around with no shame. Okay. So he covered his shame with all of the beasts. On this account, it is prescribed on the heavenly tablets as touching all those who know the judgment of the law, that they should cover their shame and should not uncover themselves as the Gentiles uncover themselves. And on the new moon of the 4th month, Adam and his wife went out from the Garden of Eden, and they dwelt in the land of Elda, in the land of their creation. And Adam called the name of his wife Eve. And they had no son until the first Jubilee. After this, he knew her. Now he tilled the land, and as he had been instructed in the Garden of Eden. Y'all got that? So we're gonna pick up next week, chapter 4. So we can see here some of the biblical misconstrusions, right? Because there are a lot of arguments about Adam and Eve being the only or the first man and woman, or Christ being the only begotten Son of the Lord. And we can see right here in this one book and within a couple chapters that these things are obviously not correct. Now, why has this book been hidden from us? Well, we're going to discover that as we continue to unfold what is in this book. What is the messages contained there, as these messages come directly from the host of the Lord, who has been directed to give these messages to Moses, who is to write them down for what? Future generations to come. Who are the future generations? That would be you and I. Those of us who are here right now in the midst of this holy war that a lot of us don't even realize we're battling. But we have a responsibility and a duty, and we have definitely incarnated to come here and to break cycles, chains, and curses and liberate our people and return us back to true law. So, if you're down with that, I suggest that you like the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Tell your mom about me, your sister about me, your cousin about me, your auntie about me, the doctor, the lawyer, the police, everybody, because this right here is what's going to save humanity, or those of us who will ultimately be saved, because guess what? Not everybody will be saved. As we see, the law doesn't actually apply to everyone. But if you are one of those people who feel called to go higher in your life, and that there is something greater for you to be doing besides going to work 6, 7 days a week for somebody else, when in fact, you're actually neglecting your own job, your own contract. And if you're not fulfilling that, there is no prosperity, there is no growth, and there's no abundance. So I'm the Police Saint, and I highly encourage you guys to stay tuned for this. I promise to get through this thing. It's 50 chapters in there. We're going to crack open number 4 next week. In the meantime, in between time, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to go ahead and comment on the video. If you like this content and you would like more of it, then go ahead and let me know that too. Now, how does this tie into our astrological chart? Our astrological chart is a snapshot of the sun, well, the sky, the sun, the moon, and each planet and different stars or asteroids, and where they are sitting at a particular time that we are born. We see this played out in the story of Jesus and how Pharaoh wanted to so Herod wanted them to go and find this baby boy who was born right under this certain star. And so that lets us know that these things are important. However, we have for far too long ignored these things, which keeps us out of alignment with the law, which makes us perpetually sinners. So do you want to keep coming back here doing the same thing over and over again? Or are you seeking to ascend, to go higher, to return to the Father, back to the light that you came from, because you're really only here for an experience, to gather information, to grow and evolve in certain ways, and to remember why you're here, and to fulfill that in the most perfect form. So if you're struggling with that and you don't know quite how to get there, that's the kind of coaching that I do. And you can feel more than welcome to go to my website and sign up for some coaching services and let me help you get up in here. Because I can tell you right now, if you are living a life where you are unhappy, that is your number one sign that you are out of alignment with your assignment. Because God's plans for you is for you to be happy, to prosper you, for nothing to harm you, for you to live a beautiful life. If that's not happening, I can guarantee you're out of alignment. Let's take a look at that chart, unpack that thing, and bring you to the light. I'm the Police Saint, and I hope that this right here helps somebody today to think about some things. If you have not yet, I highly encourage you to go out and get the Apocryphas, or go get the 1611 King James Version with the complete Apocryphas in it, or the Ethiopian Bible. And this way you will have the actual context or text that I am reading from. You could also feel free to download a free PDF version of the Book of Jubilee and follow along. So I love y'all. Peace and wellness. Make sure y'all stay kind, stay genuine, stay loving, stay free, stay happy, and most of all, stay a seeker of light, love, and God. Peace and wellness.